what I loved most in all my whole career is, in fact, sitting behind the piano and playing my own music in front of a public. Me, piano, my score, the public. It's a kind of communion. It's a kind of sacred ritual. We are in this time we spend together, and then I'm in this kind of closed world doing something very difficult, and these fingers going at incredible speeds, and then what am I thinking about when I'm playing it? It's all very fascinating to me. I just love this position to be there, you know? In my new CD, Supersonic Flora, I'm playing pieces from my starting days as a composer, and I really love these pieces. But I've never been able to play them myself since they were not written for the piano. They were written for various combinations of other instruments. I was really very radical, but also very inconscient, because I started making music, but I didn't know at all what I was doing. Most of the pieces are really transcriptions of pieces that were not written for the piano, because music that is written for 4 instruments cannot so easily be played by one pianist just with 10 fingers. So I had to do a kind of serious rewriting of those pieces, and the years in between kind of crept into these new versions of these old pieces, and it has become a different music. It is music I could have written right now. Since I came to the big city, I got a kind of obsession with processes of things happening in the same time. For instance, I could be standing in front of a red traffic light and suddenly get this idea of seeing the whole system of all the traffic lights, the whole city, seeing it as a kind of one big painting. And then I would make the link with music. I would say, oh, wouldn't that be an incredible music to make this audible, this network of the traffic lights, for instance. At some point, I came to live at a place which was near a church. And this church had church bells. And I started listening to them. So the heavier the bell is, the slower it balances and the lower the sound is. So we have these 4 bells. You have boom, 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 bim. And if you listen to these bells with these repetitive patterns which come in relation to each other, you have, for instance, the big one that says boom, boom, and then the next one that says boom, 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 and together they have boom, 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 oh, this kind of music. And normal people don't listen to it, but I really got obsessed with that. And I started imagining kind of sorts of music that would develop this kind of systems. The movement which is called the theory of love. It is in fact a description of love, but in a very, 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 very dry way. Just that, two people coming together just because the numbers of connections between them is getting smaller and smaller until the moment they come together in the final act of love. Then I met a very, very interesting American pianist, Bora Bergman. He had the particularity that he played concerts only with his left hand. So it was strange, to see a pianist sitting and having this hand, completely good hand, but not using it and playing like this with his left hand. And it kind of fascinated me. I really could feel that the music I created with my left hand was very different from the music I created with my right hand. It's all these lines crossing each other, and sometimes you simply don't have enough fingers, you cannot, sometimes I have 5 lines going on with 10 fingers, which is very, very complex. It is radical piano playing. It's not conventional piano playing. There is a kind of rootless character to the CD. When I start a rhythm, it goes on, and I keep it. It will be rhythmical from the beginning to the end. And it is also light, I think, and romantic.